So if I could please welcome to the stage Bruce Benton, President of LAAHU, just to say a few words about Joan. Thanks very much, Bruce.
Going to be fun. I had to write this down because after I get done reading this to you, you will understand why this is something that I just couldn't do impromptu or ad-libbing, because Joan Bumgarner is a bigger-than-life person. Okay. So it is with great honor to recognize the Los Angeles Association of Health Underwriters Woman of the Year, Joan Bumgarner. Now, we can talk about Joan from a variety of different perspectives, all of which I'm sure you'll agree are fascinating and deeply meaningful, so let's explore a little bit. As a daughter, sister, wife, mother, and grandmother, Joan Bumgarner is profoundly unique and special. Many of us in this room have seen Joan's interaction with her family. She lights up like a Christmas tree, or in Joan's case, a great big Hanukkah. To Joan, family is at the core of her being, but it doesn't stop there. Joan always wants to know how your family is. She genuinely cares for all of our family members. It's as if she wants to wrap her arms around all of us and our families. Joan Bumgarner purchases gifts for our children and our grandchildren. It's fascinating. When my first granddaughter came, Joan handed me a gift for my granddaughter. That is simply amazing. And as we know, Joan is big on planning big family events and vacations. Every single possible minute detail thoroughly thought out and nailed down, including the what-if alternatives. Joan does all of this, and believe me, much more, so that her family has an amazing experience together full of joy and love. And believe me, I am barely scratching the surface when it comes to Joan and her family. Her love, dedication is amazing to me. And of course, she puts on her annual holiday parties. She's a big party planner. If she wasn't so successful in the insurance business, she would make $1 million in the event planning industry, believe me. As an insurance professional, Joan's career and success is exemplary. She has worked tirelessly and passionately serving our great industry and the needs of American families, businesses, and their workforces. Joan's expertise extends along a vast many disciplines and roles. She has pretty much worn all of the hats. Joan served the community as a successful independent agent. She excelled in leadership positions within the health plan community, and today continues as a leading producer within one of our nation's most prestigious general agencies. With Joan's deep commitment to professionalism, the highest level of ethical standards, professional development, and unwavering culture of service, we are all proud to refer to Joan as a colleague of great distinction, respect, and admiration. And then God created Mama LAAHU. Words in the alone, I can assure you, cannot describe the impact Joan Bumgarner has had on the members of the Los Angeles Association of Health Underwriters, the California Association of Health Underwriters, and the National Association of Health Underwriters, not to mention many of our sister organizations. Volunteerism with exceptionalism is Joan Bumgarner. As you know, Joan has served in multiple leadership roles at the local, state, and national level, consistently with no downtime for over 25 years. It's true. True leadership is a rare quality. Joan Bumgarner, through her actions, unique style, and contagious enthusiasm, and by her example, has created, as many of you know, a very special legacy. Joan's resume is far too extensive to read. The shortened version is, Joan Bumgarner has excelled in state and federal advocacy, political action, public affairs, membership, programs, awards, association management, education and professional development, charitable foundations, and special events. I can't possibly get into communicating with you what Joan has done relative to the LAAHU sales conferences, probably planning at least a dozen of them, a half a dozen, but always being involved in the sales conference, like golf tournaments, special membership meetings, university day, you name it, Joan's been involved with. She has served in all executive committee positions, including LAAHU president, for 3 separate and distinct terms. This year, I personally appointed Joan as the National Awards Chairperson. Let me assure you, this is a monster position. But wait, there is more. Joan has been a long-time champion for many charitable contributions. Young Hunter was one of them. But if you'll recall, she was a champion for Camp Ronald McDonald, West Side Food Bank, Toys for Tots. Joan has always served her community well. Joan's won a number of awards, far too many to mention. On an individual level, Joan has won LAAHU's Paladin Award, which is the distinguished service at the local level, and the National Association of Health Underwriters Distinguished Service Award. And as a chapter leader, Joan has won the Pay Center and multiple other chapter awards a number of different times. Joan has also been the party planner for all of us in terms of our constituency, going to Capitol Conference or convention or Day of the Capitol. She's the one that plans our dinners, our meetings. She makes sure that all of us are happy. That is Joan. She wants to make sure we're all happy and that we all eat really well. I was floored when we were on an airplane once to Sacramento for a day at the Capitol. And Joan looks to me and she says, "Bruce, are you hungry?" I said, "Well, you know, yeah." She pulls out of her bag a bag of peanuts. These are baggies. These were pre-prepared bags of peanuts, pistachios, fruit, and she opened her bag. She had a whole smorgasbord of food for me on the airplane. And not just for me, she had 30 identical items for anyone else that wanted it. All right. So a few months ago, Joan went through some serious and challenging medical issues. Many of us were deeply concerned. And obviously, the great news is that Joan has come through the ordeal like she does with everything else, with grace and dignity. But I will share with you one very appalling thing that occurred during this time frame. Sam Smith and I were checking up on her regularly as she's talking to us from her hospital bed. And she said that she had to get off the phone with us quickly because she needed to make sure that the LAAHU board meeting had their bagels and their fruit and their coffee delivered to them. Okay, so my dear friends, this is only a snapshot of who we are honoring today. Joan, you're absolutely unbelievable. And I could go on, but my time is limited, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and joy to introduce LAAHU's Woman of the Year, the adorable, sweet, and lovely girl from New York City, Joan Bumgarner.